So recently, I just learned of this new premium service that YouTube is offering, and I really want to optimize my channel. So now you guys are going to be able to also see me on RedTube. I, I, I think that's what it's called. RedTube? Yeah, it's called RedTube. You guys are going to be able to see me on RedTube. What's going on, everybody? My name is Chris. This is our channel, Miss Sillage. Thank you so much for tuning in. For all the returning subscribed Sillage soldiers, as always, welcome back. And as you all know, you guys can always hit me back up with a salute by hitting the thumbs up icon down below. It really shows your support, and you know that I greatly appreciate it. And if you're a new viewer by chance, maybe just stick around and see what the channel has to offer. And then ultimately at the end, if you decide, you could always hit the dislike button as well. But beware, if you do that, you're going to eventually forget whether or not you locked your front door. English Laundry is a house that you guys heard me talk about a lot, and there is a lot of reason why. The house offers a lot of great fragrances at great prices. But there's one fragrance that you haven't heard me talk about yet. English Laundry's Oxford Bleu, and its comparison to what it gets, Versace's Eros. So today we're going to talk about the similarities and possibly differences of Versace Eros and English Laundry's Oxford Bleu. I used to own Versace Eros back in 2013. And ever since finishing a bottle, I never really purchased it again. But for this video, I actually went out and got a carded sample of Versace Eros. And also, I had a 3.4 ounce bottle of English Laundry's Oxford Bleu, but I left it at someone's house that I don't care to go back and get. But I still have my miniature, and I have a miniature of all the English Laundry fragrances, so I'm glad I have this one so that we could do this comparison. On my left arm, I have the dry down of Versace Eros, and on my right arm, I have the dry down of English Laundry's Oxford Bleu. I'm going to take a couple sprays on the left hand of Versace's Eros, and I'm going to do a couple extra since it is a sample, just to remind us of what the top of Versace Eros smells like. And I'm going to do one spray of Oxford Bleu on this hand since we'll get a little bit more fragrance out of this sprayer. Okay, so right off the top, you could tell that there are similarities, but to be honest, there are also a lot of differences with these fragrances. Both fragrances have very similar compositions. If you go on Fragrantica and check them out, they both share the notes of mint, apple, lemon, geranium, tonka, and vanilla and woody notes. So they are very close in composition. Off the top of Eros, I get a lot of the tonka and vanilla with a little bit of the mint looming in the background. It's a very sweet opening. But on the other hand, literally, with Oxford Bleu at the top, I get a lot more of a fresher opening coming from the apple and the lemon, with a lot of that tonka and vanilla still there, but the opening of Oxford Bleu is a little bit fresher with the fruity and citrus notes on the top as compared to Versace's Eros. On both of the fragrances, they both last with this opening for about an hour. But when the dry down hits is when you really see these two fragrances coming really close together in scent. With the dry down of Versace's Eros, you still have a lot of that tonka. The mint has subsided to the background. You still get a lot of the vanilla, but the little bit of the woody notes start to come to the top of this scent. And honestly, the same can be said for Oxford Bleu. It still manages to keep a little bit of that freshness in the background, but ultimately in the mid and in the base of these fragrances is where they smell really, really close. Here's the thing though. When I had my bottle from 2013, I remember Versace Eros projecting a hell of a lot more and lasting a lot longer on my skin. The old Versace Eros that I had lasted way throughout the night. I can remember that fragrance lasting about 10 hours on my skin, when with this Versace Eros, I'm getting about 7 to 8 hours on my skin, but I'm getting the same 7 to 8 hours with English Laundry's Oxford Bleu. And I'm also getting the same projection and sillage from Oxford Bleu as well. I'm not saying that these are bad performers. They're actually really, really good performers. They have really good projection and really good sillage. It's just I don't see this Eros being as powerful as it was. But still, that being said, these are both those same kind of clubbing, loud, cutting through the scent of others kind of scents. These are ones that you're going to get noticed while wearing. And seasonally, I see them working great during spring, fall, and winter months. Not so much the summer because of the sweet composition. It could become rather cloying. So what's my final take on these scents? Well, that's going to come down to price. Right now, at the online discounters, you can find a 3.4 ounce of Versace Eros for around $50. But at the brick and mortar discounters like Ross, TJ Maxx, Century 21, Kohl's, you can find the same 3.4 ounce bottle of English Laundry's Oxford Bleu from $15 to $20. Now, to me, I could buy 2 bottles of the 3.4 ounce of Oxford Bleu and still have money left over compared to buying 1 bottle of Versace Eros. And with the fragrances smelling that similar, it just makes sense to me that English Laundry's Oxford Bleu would be the one for me to purchase. Now, am I saying that it's the better scent? No, they're both respectively great scents, but price per ml, like I said, I had a bottle of Oxford Bleu. I'll get another one for the same price, but I would rather buy 2 bottles of Oxford Bleu than 1 bottle of Eros. I'm getting the same performance. I'm getting the same kind of projection, the same kind of sillage, and the same kind of compliments and getting noticed with Oxford Bleu than I am with Versace Eros. So with that composition in mind, I pick English Laundry's Oxford Bleu. Go figure, right? Me picking an English Laundry scent. But as always, everyone, I like to open the floor up to you. This isn't a review, this is a discussion, and I'd love to see what you guys have to say. So tell me, have you guys tried Versace Eros, or have you tried English Laundry's Oxford Bleu, or have you tried both? What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your feedback. And if you've made it this far and you haven't already, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, sending me a flare in the air so I know where you're at. I'd really appreciate it. Also, as always, all links to social media are listed somewhere down below down there. Be sure to go check those out in your leisure. You guys, thank you so much for watching. You know it always means the world to me. Love you guys. And as always, and most importantly, go frag yourselves.